Welcome to the Black Flame Monk build. This build came to mind after randomly finding my way into the Caelid Divine Tower next to the Western Dragon Barrow grave site. I ran into a couple of the monks that were wearing this armor and really was digging their style. I mean, what's not to like about it? It has a sweet chainmail hood, light brass colored breastplate with some chic fur trimmings around the shoulders. I mean, this screams, my guy, I'm dripping. So if you're wanting to check it out for yourself, it might be simpler than you think. First thing is first, you're going to want to find the GODSLAYER seal and Black Flame incantation. This can be done by going to the lift side chamber in God's Castle and beelining it south to make your way across the courtyard to this doorway. Make sure to bring 2 stone sword keys to open the room and loot the items from these boxes. After looting them, make sure you stop back at the round table and talk to the incantation trainer and give him the Godskin prayer book. It's just as simple as that to get the first Black Flame incantation for the fireball itself. By the incantation, you will require to have 20 faith, so be ready for that if you're still in the early game. Alright, back to Caelid we go. So like all the Souls games, you can farm most of the gear and weapons from enemies adorning it. This excludes, of course, unique bosses and some weapons on certain enemies. You can do this on your horse, but I prefer on foot mostly because a couple spots get very sketchy. There is loot on both the left and right side of these ladders along the ledges, but I will not be showing that, so have at it if you'd like to see if it's worth the suffering. I'll tell you right now, probably not. After finally making our way to the top, I messed up on the path, of course, so don't really pay attention to that. You will come to this midway point grave site. Rest here and work your way to the left. The right set of stairs will allow you to go to the Greater Rune activation part of the tower. That's near the top. We don't need to go there right now. Smack this dude, smack that dude. Drop down on this beam. Walk around to this beam. It'll break, don't be afraid because you will not take damage from the fall. Proceed with caution. And once you reach the bottom, knock this guy to the underworld and step up on the pressure plate and catch a ride back up to level 1. From here, you want to take the ladder in the room over and run back up to the first grave site for a safe reset if you feel like you're a little clumsy. Back down the ladder, run past this Black Flame Monk, or farm the gear set right here and reset at the grave site above. I do not recommend this because the run from the grave site reset is far sketchier after you run past the first 2 guards and you're almost to the bottom. They might follow you down the ladder and it would be a 3v1, and let's be honest, these guys are kind of beefy, so only do this if you're a Giga Chad Elden Ring god. Follow the ledge, crash through this ledge as well, catch a ride on the lift, and boom, next grave site. Now it's time for the fun part. This is where you really get the set. Welcome to thefarmersonly.com. Kill the monk, reset, kill the monk, reset. After a while, you will get all 4 pieces: gauntlets, greaves, hood, and breastplate. Pop a couple silver pickled feet if you have some on standby, but don't burn too many if you don't have the craft to make them. After you get your sweet drip, give the boss in the next room past the mist a go. He's a godskin type, so get ready for pain. After defeating the boss, you get your sick GODSLAYER sword, which will be the bread and butter for this build. Scaling off of dex, strength, and faith, this thing is pretty balanced and it hits like a train after you upgrade it a couple times. Because we're using this sword, we won't have to use the Black Flame Blade incantation. It's a decent one, but has lackluster duration, and with this sword, we automatically get the scaling and the flame all the time with every hit. The main incantations you will be using are all Black Flame oriented to keep the aesthetic going. The 3 that are shown in this build are going to be Noble's Presence, Scouring Black Flame, and Black Flame Fireball. In the late game, we'll run into the Black Flame Ritual, which is a 360 AoE burn, Black Flame Protection, which is a physical damage negation buff. I'll have links in the description to all the incantations, gear sets, and locations not described in this video. After pushing into the final area and getting more of the Black Flame incantations myself, I will post an updated video featuring the build and its full power around level 125 to 150, depending on what the PvP scene is looking like. Also, if you want a faster weapon that primarily scales off of dex with no faith scaling, the Godskin Peeler is a viable option with a sweet weapon art called Black Flame Tornado, but I prefer the stagger and absolute bullying ability of the GODSLAYER sword, especially with the ability to have hyper armor off the first swing of its left trigger or special attack. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you like this type of video and found this video interesting at least, then drop a like and leave me some feedback in the comments below. and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.